So only motorcyclists and vloggers know what it takes to set up a camera on GoPro, and typically we edit out the fiddly bits because they're boring, except for me, of course, and that's for two reasons. One, my lack of skill, and the other is that I don't necessarily think they're boring, but I'm just hoping this is working. I think I may owe GoPro a bit of an apology, but we're going to find that out. We're going to take off, go for a bit of a ride. We're going to take a look at that potential. Oh, nice. So one thing I've just discovered is that this camera location interferes with my visor. Okay, so let's pop her into gear, take a bit of a run. And we're just going to run around the neighborhood here. Now, the reason that I think that our fire department, the reason that I think that I might owe GoPro a bit of an apology has to do with my camera settings, and I've had a lot of static and feedback coming through, and I have typically blamed it on the adapter, which turns out may not quite be true. Okay, here we got a signal to go. Got a go. Alright, the reason that I may owe GoPro a little apology is I discovered that I may have been using some wrong settings on the audio input. Still not 100% sure of that. I guess part of the purpose of this ride is to discover whether that's true or not. But I was getting a lot of feedback, a lot of sound artifacts with using the GoPro mic adapter, and I blamed it on that mic adapter and twisting connections, let's say connection difficulties with that mic adapter. But there are different audio settings, and the menu for setting them is contextual. That is, you may not in fact see the settings unless you have an external mic hooked up, which of course you need for motor vlogging. And that may have been my problem. There are 4 settings actually. There is standard mic in, standard mic plus, powered mic in, and powered mic plus. The 2 plus add 20 dB to the incoming audio signal, and I believe that that was too much gain, too much audio for the system to take. So I was getting a lot of static feedback and a lot of sound artifacts coming through the system. So that's an operating theory at the moment, and I'm trying the same mic I tried yesterday. Actually, yesterday I rode the Ducati over to Moto Forza, and got home and I was really excited because I was updating and doing several things during that ride, and I found out that the video that I did was virtually unusable, and that's because it was so staticked out that you couldn't, and I tried to manipulate it, it was so staticked out. I'm heading over to for this machine. Now that's not 1 year since I And I believe that with the input from the motorcycle itself to the mic, so a little bit of a misjudgment might be there. So with the input to the mic from the motorcycle engine and the voice overlay on the top, it was virtually overwhelming the audio input. So that's my working theory, and that's what I'm testing out today. I'm going to stop up here and check the recording and see if in fact that's true. And I suppose we'll find out in or I'll find out in a few moments. Whether I share it or not is a whole other situation. So anyway, maybe I do owe GoPro a bit of an apology there. It might be operator error, at least partially, compared to actual camera and mic adapter difficulties. That's not to say I still don't particularly care for the mic adapter, because I don't. I think it's just don't understand the design philosophies and whatnot, and the design constraints that went into making a mic adapter a necessity for this device. But it is a necessity to use an external mic to have that mic adapter. And that's another piece that just virtually hangs out into the wind. Okay, I'm going to dodge in here and check this footage and see if it is usable. I'm going to find a little shady spot. It's a nice, beautiful day in San Diego. It is just gorgeous today, but it is a little bit warm in the sun itself. So I'm going to look for a little spot, perhaps out of the sun a bit. Yeah, here we go, one over here. And it'll be a nice, easy way. Normally I back the machine in, but it'll be a nice, easy way to let the machine roll back out once I check it. Okay, find a neutral. I will get back to you as I find out about my experiment. Stand by. So another one of the fun things about motorbikes in parking lots is that you need to be kind of aware of your footing, even the lightest one, and this guy is a relatively lightweight motorcycle, but even the lightest ones weigh 400 pounds, and I don't know about you, but I cannot press 400 pounds. And therefore, you have to be aware. There's a critical lean over point at which you can't recapture it if it decides to go. So you just need to be aware of that. But that's enough of that particular subject. So I mounted the microphone. I do believe my working theory is correct. In other words, I was on the wrong input signal. This is an unpowered mic, and I was using unpowered plus mic setting, adding 20 dB to the audio signal, and it was overwhelming the capacity, and that's why you run up and get all that static and feedback. You still will get some feedback, but I think that's just an inevitability given the noisiness of where we're vlogging. So I'm pretty sure that was my issue. So GoPro, wherever you are, should you, and I consider it rather unlikely, but should you hear this, I do apologize for my malignment of unusable video. I will still malign you over that mic adapter. However, properly set up and used with another case, I have a Ulanzi case that allows you to slide the mic adapter into it. It makes for a rather compact setup. And that takes care of a floppy mic adapter, which is very bad. By the way, one of the things, I do have a GoPro 8. I cannot use it in this particular Ulanzi case. which was compatible all the way back to the GoPro 5. Reason being is the new GoPro 8 is just dimensionally different enough that it will not fit into this particular case. So there you go, live and learn, or learn and live. I'm not too sure how that should go. But I've also mounted, now this particular little stretch of road, I've mounted the microphone itself at a different location in my helmet. It's up a little higher, and I hope that there's less wind noise in this location and that the voice still comes through clearly. I want some motorcycle sound to come through because I believe that's part of the experience that people like to have. They want to see a little bit of the motorcycle, which I don't think they can see at the moment. So I'm going to tilt this down just a tad. You still can't. Well, once I lean down, you can. Anyway, it's nice to get a part of the motorcycle into the view forward, and I think you want a little bit of the motorcycle sound, or at least some of the motorcycle sound, mixed in with the audio, because that gives you a kind of a nice sense of feeling. Tilt it down a bit. Now you can't see anything ahead, so I'm going to go back up a bit. And it's part of the experience as fellow motorcycle riders, or even if you're not a motorcycle rider. I think it's fun to be able to at least see a bit of the machine in the picture, and hear, as importantly, to hear some of the machine in the picture. And I don't think this setup at the moment is letting me get the visual part right. The audio is a mystery. I hope it does do that. So we'll find out. And we'll stitch these two pieces of film together and go through our discovery back at the man cave. I'm not going to stop and replay the clip as I did last time. So the object here, again, I've moved it up a little higher. The object is to kill some of the wind noise, but to keep the motorcycle noise, at least part of the motorcycle noise, in the background, so that you know you are riding a motorcycle. Not too sure about the visual aspects of all this just yet. Now, I'm wearing my Cycle Gear Seidici Strada Parlare helmet, which I think is particularly set up well for the sport bike position, which would be leaned down a lot more like this, which would put part of the motorcycle in the visual frame of reference. But I am on the Tuono factory, Aprilia factory 2017, which is a naked bike, and that's a much more upright position. So that may not be possible in this instance. We're going to find out. Okay, we're going to head back over to part of the road that I consider kind of like my private oh my goodness, that V4 is just so fun. So different to the Ducati, too. So different to the Ducati. But I consider a lot of this road my private Nürburgring, and did a set of videos on that. You can check them out on my channel and agree or disagree. But it's just a stretch of road that I really enjoy riding. It's close to my home. It doesn't involve a long time getting there, and you can quite often enjoy it. Even if there is a little bit of traffic. Today looks pretty good, but even if there is a little bit of traffic, this road. The downside is it's a little bit rough. You could use some pavement, but you can't have everything, right? So you need to kind of watch for the potholes while you're diving for your apex and playing super heroes here. And we've got road work ahead. Of course we have. Been a lot of that around San Diego lately. So, I haven't seen a road there. Yeah, we'll probably catch it right here. Oh, do I like that flipper. Oh my goodness, I do enjoy that blipper down. Oh, as an old gearhead, that's just lots of fun. Sorry, old guys, old guys enjoyment. Okay, these, by the way, these speed limits that are posted are a suggestion, not really a law as far as we're concerned. I'm saying we're, that's you and me. Now, there were some steel plates around here, so I have to kind of watch out for. Oh, there is a bump right in the apex. Nice, thank you, Southern California Road Authority, whoever, wherever, and however you are. I think the plate might have been there. Just have to be watching for it. So, lovely roads, lovely day, Halloween 2019, October 31st, rapidly running out of calendar year. And little kitties will be out this evening. So, I leave you now, and I'm just going to ride around and probably run down this this particular section of the video, and we'll find out about all these camera settings and angles, at least as they apply to this mic and this machine. Fare thee well.